The snowflake majority has this entitled idea everything ought to be perfect and freely provided to them. Non-polluted air, non-toxic water, non-cancer-causing air, and non-nutrient depleted food at a minimum. Condoms and contraceptives, like everywhere, especially schools. Perpetual ego coddling, and of course, sycophant adulation, woke worship, and unmerited kindness, not to mention kowtowing to their every self-righteous, Redditly bugled, social media proclaimed, heard, copyrighted opinion at every tyrannical turn. Well, bubonic big brother brats, you ought to have respect for God at a minimum, but you don't. So why do you think utopia is going to manifest in this hellish, godless world anytime soon? Until you take a look in the karmic mirror at the ugly, egotist reflection staring back at the whole universe, and until you learn to cry a river for God or a whole ocean of humility filtered tears. And until you squeeze with faith and purify with real meditation the molecules of filthy oxygen in this hubris hypoxic wasteland. To extract the breath of God, you will not have even peace of mind, much less a non-satanic, suddenly full of noble men, kind women, and respectful children utopia. Billions seek desperate approval and recognition from the shallow, narcissistic, snot-nosed generations, those incapable of seeing outside the narrow alley of their self-centered social media bubbles of vanity-boosted, blistered, bloated egos and immunocompromised, sick hearts. Why is it a surprise that everyone is wholly dissatisfied all the time? Utterly lonely amidst the vulgar sewage of sex-sold morning, noon, and night, and rabidly angry, emotionally triggered by everything and everyone. Happiness is found in the depths of the soul, which is a spark of God, and the soul is only perceived in the depths of real meditation tied to a life of real virtue. Learn to seek what actually matters, not only because avatars, saints, and sages have been saying so ad nauseum to deaf ears for millennia, but because it's the cosmic law of upward evolution and common sense for anyone wishing to avoid perpetual suffering and sorrow. Either turn to go in the right moral and non-dogmatic spiritual direction or keep drowning in agony and ignorance with the mindless mediocre masses, the champions of ingrained ingratitude. But I promise, when the karmic blister pops at the shock of your life falling apart, it oozes putrid pride and the stench of weakness, revealing the raw emotional flesh of undisciplined, untethered, unbridled psychological ugliness. The only cure? Repentant humility, real atonement, and proactive physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual change. God, through St. Paul, said that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men, and cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive. He did not say, let your complacent and dogmatic lack of true inner communion with God lead to ignorant congregational naivete and worshipped marital moral degradation, that you become easy manipulated prey for the Vatican vicars of the devil and the popular parties of proud political pedophiles. God, through St. Paul, said that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive. He did not say, let your complacent and dogmatic lack of true inner communion with God lead to ignorant congregational naivete and worshipped married moral degradation, that you become easy manipulated prey for the Vatican vicars of the devil and the popular parties of proud political pedophiles.